Hi everyone, we're just going to wait a few minutes for more people to join. So in the meantime, just sit back and relax. We're going to give it 2 more minutes. Hi everyone, welcome to the 2021 AI Summit by Oregon GCL. We are so excited to have all of you here and have some amazing speakers presenting today. So my name is Srinidhi and I'm the chapter lead of Oregon GCL.
My name is Bhavika and I'm the Outreach Director for Oregon GCL.
Hi, I'm Olivia and I'm the Research Director for Oregon GCL. Hey, my name is Jenny, and I'm the Operations Director for Oregon GCL. We are all rising juniors at Westview High School, and we're super excited to present this AI Summit for you guys today.
So a little bit about Girls Computing League, or GCL. So GCL was founded in 2015 by Kavya Koparapu and other amazing young women. The goal of GCL is to make technology more accessible to all, regardless of gender, socioeconomic status, and other factors like race. A variety of initiatives have been formed throughout the years in GCL, and some of them include AI summits like this one, GCL Scholars, many types of STEAM camps, and 1,000 schools.
Okay, here's today's agenda. We're going to start off with an opening and a brief introduction to artificial intelligence, machine learning, and data science. Next, we'll hear from our high school science fair speakers, Rishabh and Darsh. Then we'll have a short break and we'll also learn about Google ClickDraw and how it relates to artificial intelligence. At 4 o'clock, we'll hear from our professor speakers, Anna and Rebecca. Then at 4:30, we'll play a Kahoot about everything we've learned today. We'll also have another break. And then at 4:45, we'll hear from Kripa from Intel, and we'll also close it out.
We will now have a brief introduction to machine learning, AI, and data science. AI stands for artificial intelligence, and it's a branch of computer science that focuses on creating intelligent computer systems and machines to work as human beings. AI teaches the computer to make decisions, to problem solve, plan, reason, and many other things that humans do. Predictive modeling is a form of AI that uses a bunch of data to find problems and predict outcomes beforehand. Whether you are aware of it or not, AI is all around us. One specific example is Google Maps, which uses location data to analyze the speed of the car and predict the time to destination. AI is also used to detect and filter out spam emails and in self-driving cars to mimic the human behavior of driving. In these examples, AI does things that humans would normally do. However, it's a lot more beneficial and convenient for AI to filter through thousands of emails than a person. In general, AI can make our daily lives a lot easier.
Now we're going to have a brief overview of machine learning.
Hi, I'm Sabine Howard. I'm an expert in robotics, and I'm here to talk to you about machine learning. Machine learning is a field of technology that allows machines to learn from data and self-improve. Machine learning's really been around for a long time, but it's now becoming increasingly useful and relevant for 3 reasons. First, there's more data than ever before. Second, computers are more powerful than they used to be. And third, we have better machine learning algorithms. As a result, machine learning is already present all around us. It's used to recommend purchases on the internet or to detect fraud on your credit card. And there's really nothing magical about this. Let me give you some examples of how machine learning works. Let's say you want to design a machine learning algorithm that makes movie recommendations for your Friday night based on your preferences. All the users on the platform give thumbs up to movies they like. So the algorithm knows that Bob likes The Lion King and Casablanca, but not, Rogue One. Sarah likes The Lion King, Casablanca, and Billy Elliot. And maybe Larry, on the other hand, hates Casablanca, but loves Rogue One. Now let's say that you give a thumbs up to Casablanca. What the machine learning algorithm does is calculate how similar your preferences are to those of the other users in the database. In this case, your preference for Casablanca will make you closer to Sarah and Bob than to Larry. So because they like them, the algorithm would then propose The Lion King or Billy Elliot for your movie night. This algorithm is called nearest neighbor because you're using information about your nearest neighbors, in this case Sarah and Bob, to make a prediction about your preferences. This is an example of supervised learning. We train the machine learning algorithm based on examples given by users. But sometimes we might not have easy access to carefully labeled data. That's where unsupervised learning comes in. In this type of machine learning, learning happens without labels. The system looks for similarities in data points and arranges them into groups. In 2012, Google created a so-called artificial neural network inspired by the brain. and fed it millions of images from the internet. By processing these one after the other, it learned the concept of a cat, even though no one had ever told it to look for cats. The system was able to label images of cats it had never seen with about 75% accuracy. In other words, it learned without a teacher. Today, machine learning systems can learn to pick out a variety of objects from pictures. In one 2015 image recognition trial, machine learning systems proved to be better at this than humans, the first time this has ever happened. But understanding context, for example, what the objects in the image are doing, is still challenging. So you can see there are different ways machines can learn, and there's great potential for real-world applications. There's also a number of challenges ahead. How can algorithms be transparent and fair? And how can we use machine learning to properly benefit society in healthcare, in transport, or elsewhere?
Okay, to give a quick recap of the video and machine learning. Machine learning is a branch of artificial intelligence, and it allows computers to learn from data and self-improve. So some types we talked about were supervised learning, which it's a function that uses an example input-output to create other outputs based on the first example. So this example would be from like Netflix recommendations. Netflix doesn't automatically know that you like comedy and horror movies. It has to take some inputs from stuff that you like first to create other outputs. Another example would be unsupervised learning, which is learning patterns from untagged data, so it's not labeled, and the machine is forced to build its own algorithm to process the data or the photos. So like in Google Photos, you don't have to label certain images as this is a moon or this is a rainbow. It's able to already do that because it's already processed so many photos. And then a last example is deep learning, which is artificial intelligence function that imitates the workings of the human brain to process data and make decisions. So this is also known as deep neural learning or a neural network.
Okay, next we'll talk a little bit about data science. Data science is a combination of math, coding, and visualization, and it involves 4 different steps. The first step is to capture the data. So this might be like sending out a survey to people or based on observations that you make. And then next you want to process and analyze the data. This is where the math and the coding comes in. So you want to like really figure out what is important about the data and how it relates to your original purpose. And then last you want to communicate the data. So this is where the visualization comes in. So like making different charts, models, tables, graphs to make sure that other people can understand the data. Data science is used in a lot of different fields. It's used a lot in business, where you can analyze past market trends to predict like marketing strategies for right now. So for example, you might notice that in the past, a specific commercial has caused a lot of people to buy a specific product. So you might want to use that same type of commercial for your product. Data science is also used for Google and other search engines. So every time you go on Google and search something, it recognizes what links you're clicking on and what results are most relevant to your search. And then it uses that to predict in the future what results will be most relevant to other people's searches. And then data science is also used in image recognition. So people can go in and classify images, like, for example, whether an image is of a cat or of a dog. And then you can use math and coding to analyze those images. And the computer can predict whether a new image is of a cat or a dog, depending on whether the image is most similar to previous images of cats or of dogs.